Hello and good night. Welcome to another bedtime story. This story is meant to help you sleep or to relax your mind. Try and find a comfortable place, such as your bed or a soft chair. If you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes now. Try and let go of the day as we begin our tale. Tonight's story is Little Tomthumb. Once upon a time, in a humble village, there lived a poor woodcutter and his wife, who had 7 sons. The youngest of them was so tiny at birth that he was no bigger than a thumb, and so they named him Little Tomthumb. Though small, he was clever and resourceful, often outwitting his larger brothers with his sharp mind. Times grew hard, and famine spread across the land. The poor woodcutter and his wife, unable to feed their children, made the heartbreaking decision to abandon them in the forest, hoping a kind soul would take them in. Little Tomthumb, having overheard their plan, gathered small white pebbles and secretly filled his pockets. That night, as their parents led them deeper into the woods, he dropped the stones, one by one, forming a trail that gleamed in the moonlight. Once left alone, Little Tomthumb reassured his brothers and led them safely back home, following the shimmering path of the pebbles. Their parents, though shocked to see them return, were relieved and embraced them, though they knew their troubles weren't over. When the famine worsened, the desperate parents repeated their cruel act. This time, Little Tomthumb could not gather pebbles, so he used breadcrumbs instead. But as they journeyed deeper into the woods, he realized, to his dismay, that birds had eaten his trail. Night fell, and the brothers were truly lost. They wandered for hours, until they stumbled upon a grand house. Hopeful, they knocked, and an old woman answered. However, their relief turned to dread when they learned the house belonged to a fearsome ogre, one who feasted on lost children. The old woman, pitying them, hid them away, but the ogre soon sniffed them out. "Ah, fresh meat," he growled, his eyes gleaming with hunger. He ordered his wife to prepare them for the feast, but the kind woman persuaded him to wait until the next day. That night, Little Tomthumb devised a plan. He noticed the ogre's 7 daughters sleeping in a nearby room, each wearing golden crowns. Swiftly, he removed the crowns and placed them on himself and his brothers. He then switched places, so when the ogre awoke in the darkness, he mistakenly took his own daughters and, in his monstrous hunger, devoured them instead. The brothers fled as the ogre slumbered. But when he realized his dreadful mistake, he bellowed in rage and donned his enchanted 7-league boots, which allowed him to cover vast distances in a single step. However, Little Tomthumb was clever. He tricked the exhausted ogre into falling into a deep slumber. Then he stole the boots right off his feet. With the magical boots, Little Tomthumb hurried to the ogre's wife, convincing her that her husband was doomed. Frightened, she handed over all of her husband's riches. Returning home with his newfound wealth, little Tomthumb provided for his family, ensuring they never suffered again. His cleverness and bravery won him great honor, and he and his brothers lived happily ever after. The end. Thank you for listening to this bedtime story. I hope you enjoyed the tale tonight. If you did, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more audiobooks and tales to come. Until next time.